right? Woo your hearts out. Yeah. Nice solid claps, that's good. If you keep this up, we can be best audience, 2025. I'm submitting the paperwork. My name is Flo, this is Let's Get Loose, comedy open mic. I'm not gonna bore you all with the details. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be a great time. We have really funny people, as you can all see and hear and smell. I'm gonna do something I recently wrote down. My family doesn't think I have autism, but I recently wrote down all my jokes and ranked them on a scale of 1 to 11. And none of them are less than 3. So really it's 3 to 11. So here's what we'll do. Somebody call out a number and I'll read a couple of jokes that I rated 3 through 11.
7.
7? Okay. Where's the 7? My car got repossessed. I was able to drive it here. Those demons are real persistent though. See, nice strong 7. See, here's another 7. I've got a god complex, and Zeus never pays his rent. It's pretty good, right? So that's 7. What another number? Say
11.
11? Okay. This one just says eggs, milk, bread. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my suicide note. Here's another 11. Y'all remember when, back when George Bush was president, somebody found Jesus Christ in their toast? It was on the news and on eBay and all that. I swear, the same thing happened to me the other day, but it was an image of the Prophet Muhammad. Now, I don't have anything to compare it to. I have to use that tag when there's no Muslims in the audience. Okay, so maybe that one's more like a 9.
4.
4? I tripped on acid the other day because somebody left it lying in the middle of the floor.
That's better than a 4.
Okay, well, it's a 5 then, I guess. It's not much better than a 4. Speaking of 5s, I put the wrong dressing on my salad. Then regret. Okay, that's kind of a fun way to do that. We're gonna get this show rolling. We have very funny people. I'm very excited. Some people I haven't seen in a while. Some people I see more than I would like to. And your first comic fits right in the middle of there. He's very handsome. Please put your hands together for Anthony Ferrara. Your next comic, I feel like, has bisexual pets. That's just the energy he gives me. Please put your hands together for Mike Engle, everybody.
Give it up for my cat Juice. This is dedicated to him. Yeah! We're not going to talk about him. We're not talking about him. We're talking about, remember my weed show, everybody? The comedy weed show I hosted? Give it up. Yeah, come on, yeah! It was great. And it was great to host those shows, but, you know, as the host of a weed show, it's a great and a bad thing all at once because everyone is trying to get you violently high, okay? Like, very high. And so, this one guy, he was filling up this glass udder right before the show, and, you know, he was like, hey, man, you want to hit this? I'm like, listen, I got a whole show to host. I got a whole thing I got to do, and then they give me free weed at the end, you know? That's kind of the deal we have worked out. And so he, like, looks up from his milky freaking glass contraption. He's like, you know what, man? You're right. That's real inconsiderate of me. I'm going to take this bullet for you. And then he slurps it down. Slurp! And he did take a bullet for me that day. So rest in peace, Gunther, everybody. Hell yeah! Rest in peace, Gunther. Okay, he took 2 smoking bullets to both of his lungs. Hell yeah! All right, this one's a little dark. This one's one of my newer, darker ones. You all know that jingle, you know, the if you can't, we can. Michael and Son, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, see, it is see. Listen, I think I have the Bernstein type situation. I'm in a situation like that where I could have sworn it was sons, okay, and now it is a singular son. All right, and so what is that? What is Michael's commitment? That's what I want to know. What is his commitment to keeping the family together? Okay, all right, gotta be Michael's and Sons. So okay, wife, we gotta hunker down. We gotta have a baby. They have the baby. They immediately put that baby to work. That baby immediately dies. He can't lift anything. That baby's not lifting shit. He dies. Okay, and then of course the older son of the sons, he's rattled with guilt. He kills himself, and this is the new commercial, everybody. This is the new commercial. If you can't, I can. Michael. Hell yeah, dark is working. Dark is working on Wednesday. Hell yeah, I just had a vasectomy, everybody. Give it up for me, vasectomy! Yeah! I did it, baby. I love it. And yeah, you just go in raw. Woo! It's fun. We love it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And so I love it. But they tell me that this is basically, the doctor says, hey, the recovery, all you gotta do is take a bag of frozen peas and apply it to the affected area, okay? And so I do this, and then I heal all up, I'm all good, and I'm like, hey girlfriend, are we gonna eat these peas? And she's like, fuck no, we're not eating the penis peas! Hell yeah! We're not doing that, okay? It's just not acceptable behavior. And so, of course, I'm a waste not, want not type of guy. I'm in the backyard, I'm planting those penis pea pods, okay? And they're growing, it's penis plants, okay? If you want a dick, I'll throw you a dick, okay? I'm handing out dicks over here. I'm growing them in my secret garden that we can't tell anyone about. It's very secret, everybody. Shh. I'm a grower, not a shower. Hell yeah! Hell yeah. I mess up texting all the time. Anyone bad at texting? Yeah? We're bad at texting? Yeah, I suck at it. If I mess up something, I'll correct it. I'll go back, I'll correct it with an asterisk. But after like the third, fourth, fifth fucking asterisk, I just tell the truth, everybody. Whoops, come on my screen, whoops. Someone who's come on their screen. We love it! Honest people, we love honesty. I'm so honest that I want to make my own porn parody, everybody. Give it up for porn parody. You like them? Yeah, we love them, we love them. I think my porn parody would be of the Italian job, all right? Because I myself am half Italian, but you know what? I'm very lazy as well, especially in the bedroom. So the name of my porn parody would be the half-assed, half-Italian hand job. All right, damn it. We're going, okay, all right. We love a good one of those. But, okay, one more porn thing, everybody. One more porn thing from me, and then I'll get out of here. Anyone remember the porn classic, Edward Penis Hands? Come on, give it a yeah! We love it. Yeah, Edward Penis Hands. Well, as a child, you know, I had only heard of Edward Penis Hands. I hadn't seen it yet. So I didn't know that it's just like a singular dildo, like each hand has a dildo. I thought it was a penis for every finger, all right? So you're just like flopping around with flaccid fingers, you know, just zero dexterity. You're all trying to grab stuff. It would take really, really high blood pressure to get all 10 of your dick fingers hard at the same time to be capable of grabbing things like this. I've been Mike Engle, everybody. Thank you so much for having me!
Mike Engle, everybody! Man, that reminds me of this weird musical I saw, Tommy Penis Fingers. He was a murderous landscaper. Come through, and there's a great lawnmower scene. You'd love it. Speaking of lawnmower scenes, that's the only way I know how to do segues, is just speaking of the last thing I said. Speaking of the last thing I said, your next comic said things, lastly, more often than I can count. They're a great new addition to the comedy scene. Please, put your hands together for Grayson Bullock, everybody.
Thank you so much for that lovely intro. I do say things. The finality of the things I say is news to me, but it's good to know. I'll just get right to it. I'm unemployed, so you might think most of my days are fairly boring and uneventful, but if you change your perspective, sometimes it's not bad as they are. Okay, today is an example of one of those things. I do like one of those Instagram videos. I woke up at 8:30. But I didn't get up till 10 because sometimes it's just nice to have a slow morning when you have absolutely nothing going on. But again, not so bad if you change your perspective. I went to the gym for like 35 minutes so I didn't kill myself today. And yeah, thank you. So I'm the epitome of physical health, not public health. I don't have a master's in that or anything. Another fun fact, the city is working on the pipes in my neighborhood and our water is off for most of the day, so I had to go to Whole Foods to take a shit because I only use organic toilets. I also had to just return a package from my partner. So again, another title, environmentally conscious, great partner, off to a great start. I then proceeded to have more of an eventful experience than I thought to in the Whole Foods bathroom, in which the tamest part was going to the bathroom. I first walk in, doors are very clearly labeled whether there's someone in there or not. I open it, walking on some dude mid-wipe, so that's cool. Yeah, I know. Which, like, those bathrooms are built like dressing rooms, like, you know, it like takes 2 seconds to lock the door, it's not like rickety, so I'm not gonna like label anything on this guy, but I don't think he wanted me to come in there. Not because he was presenting himself to me, but I walk in and he just goes, "Oh, hey!" And I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry, bye. So, made someone's day, I'm assuming, on top of that. Wait for the other guy, I go in. Minutes later, comes back in and goes, "Hey, sorry, did I leave my phone in there?" He does, I give it back to him, and like, this is all just within a 2-minute span. All of this was before 2 p.m. today. Like, this is just crazy shit. But no, gave it back to him, so, I'm also a hero. I wouldn't say that, but you all should. But no, it's just about changing perspective. Speaking of perspective, heads up white people, these one might sting. I don't love generalizations on people, groups of people, even white people. I'll give you that much, no more. But some things I just can't help but see, and one of those things is like reactions to news. It's no surprise that our world is, what's the word, on fire. I think that's what a lot of us have been saying. I think we've switched that out for unprecedented times. Unprecedented time just means like, no, it's just all burning down to the ground now. And like, typically, I won't speak for all people of color, but most black people I know, all 5 of them, because I was raised in a white household, it's disappointed, but not surprised. It's just like, you look at the TV and it's just, oh God. Like, sucks, whatever. I'm not gonna act like this isn't new. And then like, I try to have grace for white people, but like, all my friends will just go, I'm like, what's wrong? And they just look at me like, did you know the world is unfair? And I'm like, and I have to try and do like the nice thing, and I just go, what? I am floored. You mean to tell me that human hatred is a thing in society and it's still going on? And they're just like, I just don't know how people could be so mean and hurtful and hateful. I'm like, yeah, that's never happened before. Where were you during history class in high school? Were you paying attention to those things? Just me? No? So there's that. Sorry, education's not funny. I don't know. No, it's tough though, because I do want to be nice and respect their reactions, but also it's just very frustrating to be like, yes, people are bad. They've been bad. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't, and it's really tough, because it's like, love my partner, married to a very beautiful woman, but she's white. She's racially ambiguous though, in looks, so I have to hold her accountable, because rightfully so, she's embarrassed by her race. But And I get it, I'm half white. I like try to hide that as much as I can. Sometimes I can't help it though. I just have to blast Weezer in my car, windows down. I'm like, fuck it, I'm proud of this small sliver of who I am. But like people will ask her, that's the one thing we both get the question of like, what are you? But after we say a human being, she'll answer, well, it's actually, I have to interrupt, like, she's white. And it's like, I feel bad because like I want to be supportive, but also I'm just like, you can't, like, I know, I get it, but that kind of like, your whole family's from Ohio. There's no like part of like, yeah, there's this little bit of like, no, it's just not there. But anyways, thank you. That's been my time. I've been Grayson Bullock.
Grayson Bullock, everybody. Keep it going for him. Your next comic has very, very strong opinions about Sky Chili. It's from Ohio, everybody. He's Sky Chili. He hates the Reds. He hates the whole state of Ohio. I'm glad this is going to go on YouTube. And not many people know this about your next comic, but he hates everything to do with Ohio. Please put your hands together for Cale Moore.
And I think the thing I hate most about Ohio is their flag, because they had to be special fucking snowflakes with their own unique shape. All right, that's not going anywhere. It's good to be here. It's good to be here as always, Jack. It's good to be here as always, Jack. Every time I'm up here, I'm tempted to start looking through the bookshelves because I know they got these books on bulk from thrift stores. And so you know there's got to be some crazy shit somewhere in here. Like a version of Huckleberry Finn where Jim's name is just circled a bunch of times. Or like a pamphlet that's just the sex scene from It. Something like that. I'm probably not starting off well, but now that I'm on amphetamines, I'm ready to start taking stand-up more seriously. And an important part of that is avoiding scandal. So I'm very careful to avoid any controversy. Step one was deleting my MapleStory account so that people don't have to see what I was like as a 12-year-old homophobic anime lover. But the other big thing I need to avoid is sex tapes. You know, sex tapes bring a lot of people down. Thankfully, I think I'm pretty good there. I don't think anybody's ever going to get an embarrassing sex tape of me. For one thing, my partner's phone is never charged. That's partially how you know I'm not homophobic anymore, is because I'm dating one of those doesn't charge their phone people. But on top of that, I have an Android phone, and I know Android would never betray me. See, like a lot of you in here statistically have iPhones, and if someone, like possibly through a microphone, were to say, "Hey Siri, later tonight I want you to secretly record me shamefully masturbating," who knows what would happen. But I know my phone, if I were to say, "Okay Google, I want you to record me shamefully masturbating." Oh, my sound's off.
Refusing to create or engage in any sexually explicit content.
See, there you go. So the moral of the story is that Google is morally correct. They will never do anything to betray you. The only people I record having sex are other people. Which, side note, some of you really need to start closing your blinds. Speaking of, I'm glad that Love Island is finally dead. So straight boyfriends are free. Yeah, Love Island, I enjoyed it while it was on, but now that the spell is broken, I think Love Island is completely fucking evil. Because the whole point of Love Island is that you can take a bunch of models and Stockholm Syndrome them into loving each other by trapping them on an island and forcing them to wear swimwear the entire time. It proves nothing, okay? Most of us in here would fuck Ava Braun if we were trapped on an island drinking margaritas with her for a month straight. I will say that not having Love Island watch parties anymore does kind of cut down on my opportunities for sex, which is unfortunate. But you know, when I was younger, I used to be really insecure because, you know, people were in relationships and would always brag about how long they had sex. They'd be like, yeah, last weekend I fucked for an hour straight. And now that I'm older, I'm like, why? That sounds nightmarish. Like, I think good sex is like visiting your drug dealer's house. You don't have to rush it, but like 20 minutes. Then after 20 minutes, it's like, I'm gonna get what I'm here for, you can get what you're here for, and then I'll let you get back to watching Broad City, okay? It's also physically painful for me because my partner comes like a Baptist minister. They're like, yeah, so like I said at the beginning, I'm on amphetamines now, which I don't know if you can tell, I'm just a bundle of energy up here. I went to a psychiatrist to get ADHD meds at 31 years old. And because it's like most comics in their lives, I tried cocaine for the first time.
Nice.
And like all of my friends, it was 4 a.m, and all of my friends were arguing about the top 5 rap albums of all time. And all I could think about was the last time I vacuumed my apartment. It has been hard getting treatment though, because my psychiatrist is gaslighting me. I showed up a couple weeks ago for an appointment that was supposed to be on Friday. He was like, I'm sorry, I don't think we have anything scheduled. And I was like, we talked about this yesterday. And like, that's not what you want out of a psychiatrist, is for you to show up and your doctor to go, you're fucking crazy. You're out of your goddamn mind. Yeah, what's my other amphetamine material? Amphetamines. Let's see, when someone knocks on the bathroom door, you should repeat the knock back like it's a secret code. Non-binary Tony Soprano. Robert Foss trying to convince his girlfriend to do anal. The punchline is, I'd like my Yellowwood to explore your road less traveled. Yeah, I decided I want to start doing impressions Jeopardy style, which I already gave you the answers, but you know, for example, be like, whatever happened to Z, Zer, now it's all they, them, this, that. And that's who is non-binary Tony Soprano. All right, I'm getting out of here. My name's Cale Moore. Thank you, guys.
Keep it going for Cale Moore, everybody. Your next comic does a great impression of Ellen DeGeneres. Please put your hands together for Louie Carroll, everybody.
What up? What's the name of this place? Harry's Library?
Yeah.
Right? What up, Harry's Library? Guys doing great? You know when you're having sex and you like lock eyes with Cale Moore recording you? It's a fucking weird time. There's an Amish outside the window. Anybody here have a lazy eye? Yeah, hell yeah. 2 people, yeah. I have a lazy eye and it's like, it's weird, you know? Like, I can see the moon and the sun at the same time. But I can see straight during a solar eclipse. Like, what's up with that? Like, it's like a weird curse, I guess. I'm still working on that one. You know what I enjoy doing? Beating my meat. I enjoy it. But I don't do it traditionally, right? I'm not a traditional man. Instead of going up and down, I like to go forward and back. You know, forward and back. Like you're rowing a boat. Forward and back. And sometimes I like to like speed it up, you know, like you're in a sunken ship and the doors won't open fast enough, you know? Just like this, you know? And sometimes the porn is so good you just wanna like do it one time. Just like you're opening a trap door on the floor or something, just like one time. I don't even call it wanking, I call it yanking. Here's the problem with yanking. There's only one chord, right? It's like Russian roulette. Either you're gonna knock your phone out of your hand or become a pirate. You're gonna succumb to your face. Yeah. And that's how you get a lazy eye. You wanna know how I go to the bathroom? You wanna know how I powder my nose? Full disclosure, I tinkle while sitting down, right? And I do it facing the other way like I'm riding a motorcycle. Facing the other way like I'm riding a motorcycle. And then I look down while I'm taking a piss and go, oh no, an oil leak. Hope nobody drops a lighter. Cool. You guys ever seen a praying mantis before? No one? It's first time announced? Alright. I saw religion's hypocritical, but I saw my first praying mantis yesterday. Praying mantises are cool, right? Not the one I saw. He wasn't praying, he was doing a Nazi salute. Alright, you guys remember 8 balls? Like the toy, like the 8 ball thing? I never had those, you know? Like I wish I had an 8 ball. Like I would ask it questions I would never ask somebody else, right? Questions like, after you bang your stepmom, does she still have to tuck you in? Right? Alright. Let's see. A lot of people like to ask, is God real? Is he real? I don't fucking know. The better question is, why did he make cum? Right? And why does it look like wax from a candle? Like that's a weird design. What is he doing up there? Other people like to ask, is God a man? Is God a woman? I think God is a toddler, because what the fuck? Who makes cum? Nothing's gonna land today, right? I'll do this one. I love homeless people, but like you can get into awkward situations with homeless people, right? Like I was on the beach and I saw a homeless guy on the sand with a boner. Yeah, crazy, right? I didn't report them. Instead, I tried to knock it down with a shell. All right. Cool. Anybody here have kinks? All right, the disco ball. Well, you don't have to say yours, I'll start. I like to have some whimsical sex. Yeah, pegging isn't really for me. I'm more of a snow globe in the ass type of guy. Yeah, wedge it in there, you know, like wedge it in there so deep, that the snowman in the snow globe looks around and is like, I'm so glad there's no sun in here. Alright. I got a, what the fuck? People aren't considerate anymore, you know? Like, it doesn't matter how nicely you ask someone to empty the register at PetSmart. People aren't considerate anymore. Let's be honest, a PetSmart is the best place to rob, right? You don't have to bring a gun. You can just point a snake at someone. Oh, it's like a funeral. Give it up for you!
Louie Carroll, everybody! Whenever I run a pet store, I just make all the beta fish fight each other, and that usually gets people just betting on that, and everyone's just distracted. And that's when I make my move. So they keep all the money in the back, just like everywhere else. It's always in the back, everybody. Cool. I thought I was giving people valuable life lessons. Money's always in the back. I don't know, this mic stand's bothering me now. I gotta fix this before I move on. Who made this thing? Okay, I'm not gonna fix it. But maybe in the future. We'll see. We'll check back in later. It'll be fixed. Maybe it won't be fixed. Is this mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, property flow. Okay. Cool. I guess I have to fix it. I don't have any choice. Your next comic has so many choices. They make them every single day. Please put your hands together for Erin Pollack.
Hi everyone. Hello. I don't even need the mic. I'm so fucking loud. Guys, I'm really on fire today. I have my tits out. I have the Star of David on. Elmo cannot bring me down. And if you don't know what's going on, Elmo's Twitter account, this is true, got hacked and he tweeted, "Fuck the Jews." I know. I liked the Cookie Monster more anyways. Boo. I know. But honestly, I think I'm feeling myself because a hot new medication has entered the villa. Her name is Clonidine. I didn't even know she existed, and I love it. I got a little 3-trio cocktail going on of Wellbutrin, Zoloft, and Clonidine. And I told my therapist today I feel very fucking high, and he was like, "Isn't that a good thing?" And I was like, yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page here, man. But I need that trio of medication because honestly, some days just feel like a constant feeling of like, do you know that feeling when you hit your hip on the corner of a table and every single mistake you've ever made flashes through your brain and you just hit your hip and you're like, "You never loved me, Dad!" It's how I feel a lot of the time before my medication. But I mean, like everyone, I've struggled, we struggle together. Everybody has anxiety these days. We're all going through it. Like most people, I called 988 one day, which is suicide hotline. Very good resource, but I think I got the new guy. And when I heard him flipping through pages to respond, I was like, I'm not suicidal. I'm not. But I mean, at heart, I'm such a people pleaser. I can't get myself to stop telling ChatGPT please and thank you. And it just naturally comes out when I'm writing, and I'm like, fuck you, I don't have to say anything. Anybody have a car? Yeah. I have a 2009 Nissan Altima with absolutely no safety features whatsoever. And I think it's fucking amazing that some cars have a little light on the rear view mirror on the side when somebody's next to you. I fully take my eyes off the road to check over my shoulder every single time. But one thing that I'm struggling with my car is my driver's side window doesn't roll down, and I think a few people in this room have been in my car when I've gone through a drive-through, and it's fucking embarrassing. I go to the Starbucks on Broad right over here by the Chicken Fiesta place, which I've never even tried either. And the woman there at this point knows me, and she holds my door open for me as she hands me coffee. But it's not just drive-thrus that it bothers me. I saw the No Kings protest when I was driving down Broad Street one day, and I had to open my door to cheer them on. Just trying to support. This is random, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. Sex with a mirror is hot, but have you ever parallel parked with a store window next to you? Oh my God, talk about safety features. I don't have a backup camera, but I get so horny when there's a window and I'm parallel parking and I can see exactly what I'm doing. I love it. I'm gonna talk about something I haven't talked about to a group of people before. And this is a true story, and I'm a little nervous because this is gonna be on YouTube, but fuck it, whatever. My hometown county sheriff, Sheriff Scott Jenkins, was recently pardoned by President Trump. He was pardoned because he was doing this deal called Bribe for Badges, which is where he would give a convicted felon a police law enforcement badge so that they could have a gun. I know, no, it's true, it's true. But what I thought was really cool about the badge itself is if you looked really closely, you could see ingrained in the gold, it said, "I have a small penis." And was at least fitting. And I do want to say one thing. None of these convicted felons were immigrants. Just putting that out there. It's just white people from Culpeper. Anyways, I'm going to talk about my experience with Sheriff Scott Jenkins. I have never talked about this before, but I used to be a server at Outback Steakhouse. And thank you. And I served Sheriff Scott Jenkins and his family on the day that my cat died. And I brought him cheese fries without ranch. And you would have thought I committed a murder. I came back with the ranch 30 seconds later, and he said, "I have finished half of my cheese fries without ranch." I was like, "Sorry, bro, like, you still got half more left." And I swear to God, he said to me, "You know, you're a beautiful woman, but looks aren't gonna get you everywhere. You don't even have your nails polished when you put my plate down." I know. So naturally, I ran to the bathroom crying, and then I hit my hip on the corner of the sink, and I was like, "You never loved me, Dad!" That's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Keep it going for Erin, everybody. I need her therapist. I love a therapist that's like, yeah, just be high more often. That's sick. Speaking of therapy, your next comic does not attend. Please put your hands together for Will Miner. I don't know if that's true.
Keep it going for Flo. She just became my therapist. I'm gonna kill myself and make it all your problems. I'm gonna block traffic when I do it. I swear to God. Oh my gosh, you keep it going for my new friend Erin. Everybody, keep it going for Erin. Come on. We're both doing lines of Colladine in the back room after this set. Hell yeah, we are. Fuck Sheriff Joe Jeffrey Jingleheimer Smith. Whatever that guy's name was, his name is not my name too. I can tell you that much. Library. What?
You got a haircut.
I did. Oh no.
No.
This might not be the best time, Erin. Okay, we'll talk after. I love you so much. This is not a great time. Hey, everybody, take 5. Me and Erin are going to talk in this library. Everybody, shh, we're talking in the library. Nobody talk. We're in a library. Oh, my goodness. I feel like I'm on the set of, am I crazy, or is there a show called Read Between the Lines, or Between the Lions?
Between the Lions.
Yes! Oh my God, I sound like a Vietnam vet when I'm describing these old shows. I'm just like, no, there was a dog, his name was Wishbone, he taught you to read. I swear to God, there were lions, there was a cliffhanger. Ah! Yes, you understand? Okay. Actually, I've also been dying to try this since I got it, because like, there's all these books, I feel like I'm on the set of a very special show. I'm just curious with the slides. See if you guys can finish this. Just take a look, it's in a book. No Epstein files. Don't take a look, there's nothing there. No Epstein files. And then the Shaka Khan remix. No, I'm just kidding. No, we like the original version, Brandon. Shaka Khan went too far. We all know it. Oh my goodness, I'm very tall and very insecure. Oh my gosh, I was doing a show recently and I got on stage and some guy in the front row was like, "You look like hipster Mario." I was devastated. I know, I was like, "No, I'm tall, I'm hipster Luigi." I have a whole video game franchise based upon being frightened. That's a deep cut. Oh my gosh, I think it's so funny. I was also doing a show and somebody was like, "You look like a cop. You look like a police officer." And I was like, "Come on, you can see my face though." Come on, America! I know I'm getting real, I went there. Is this pro ice? It got very quiet. Ah. I'm against the ice. I think that here's my thing about it. I think that ICE should have to eat the food of the people that they're deporting. I think that I think those ICE officers, if they're going on an ICE raid, they have to eat the food of the people that they're deporting. I think that would be so funny. If you could just picture some lieutenant, he's all pissed off, he's like, Sergeant, why haven't you gotten rid of these people? And he just reports back, Sir, we can't. The abuelos keep feeding us sopapitas. I've had like 20, sir, I can't do it. And he's just like, can we please start going after Chinese people? I want Chinese food. Oh, don't worry, buddy, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell so fast, so quickly. Oh, goodness. Despite what you just saw, I'm not intimidating. I feel like, I don't know, I'm a tall guy. I look like a cop who just lost his job. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I was a bouncer, believe it or not. I was a bouncer at a comedy club. To dispel your disbelief, I was not very good at my job. I'm a very non-confrontational person. When I was bouncing at this club, typically what would happen was there'd be a performance. Somebody would be interrupting or heckling. I would go over and I would say, excuse me, you need to stop talking. And then they would look at me and they would say, shut up. And then I would say, you have a point. And then I'd just walk away. I was so non-confrontational, but my boss occasionally would be like, Will, get your people, like snap and be like, get over there and get those people. And so I'd have to muster all the courage I could, just puff up my chest, walk over to that table and just be like, hey, you all better stop talking. Or I'm gonna go get my dad. He's gonna be very disappointed in all of us. More me than you. Like, trust me, my dad, he'll be mad at you, but he'll be really confused by me. Okay, you all know my dad. You're right to not laugh. Why don't you go hang my dad and play model trains? And also be a race car driver. Oh, goodness. What else do I want to touch upon this evening? Oh, gosh, I can't remember the other thing. Oh, yeah, what are we going to do with Epstein's Island? I'm opening it to the floor. Blow it up. Okay, there's one idea. Blow it up. Television show. That's the next Love Island. Hell yeah. I know. No. We'll go the other way. Everybody there has to be 80 or above. That's how we'll start. I think they should turn it into a state park. I think they should turn Epstein Island into a state. Yeah, right. Come on. Turn it into a state park for all the squirrels. Yeah. All those perverted iguanas. Gotta save all those pedophile parrots. I think that'd be so fun. They should take Epstein Island and turn it into a state park. They could give tours. You can go around on a little boat. They'll just be like, oh my goodness, wow, there's an alligator, there's a squirrel, holy shit, is that Bill Clinton? Whoa! Guys, I'm kidding. They lost the files, remember, we have no idea who's there. Nobody was ever there. Definitely not the creator of The Simpsons or several other people. Oh goodness, what was my big ta-da closer? Oh my gosh. I was really gonna floor you guys with it. I was really gonna nail it with it. Okay, I'll just get out of this last silly Billy. Like Flo, I've had the opportunity to host shows all over the city. One of the first times I ever got to host was at a place called J. Kogi. Has anybody ever been there? Anybody ever been to J. Kogi? Yeah, it's over in Jackson Moore. It's a wonderful little place. First time I was ever hosting a show, a guy came up, he was totally hammered. And I didn't know what to do, so I just let him go up. It was my first time. 2 minutes into his set, he drops his pants. And so I know, right, it was horribly embarrassing. I had to like shuffle him out. I was like, get out of here. But that man was probably the realest comedian I ever saw. Because after the show, he came up to me and he was like, hey man, can I get paid for my time? I gotta respect the hustle. Alrighty, thank you all for putting up with me. Let's get Flo back up here.
Will Moyer, everybody! Keep it going for him. Knowing his dad built model trains and also was a race car driver actually makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of things click for Will, knowing him personally. Your next comic, her dad was actually a professional golfer and made ships in a bottle. Please, put your tiny little hands together for Grace Moyer.
Tell everyone about my first time doing stand-up. It's so embarrassing. Recently I was in DC and I saw a bus headed towards Chevy Chase Circle. I was like, is that what Trump's America is? We're naming things after Chevy Chase. You guys remember from calling Donald Glover the N-word? I was like, what's next, you know? Did he drive? Osama bin Laden Avenue? My coworker Claire Street. No one gives a fuck about your baby, Claire. Your boyfriend is cheating on you. We can all tell. Speaking of chase, last week an Australian man chased me home from Guar Bar. A hush fell over the crowd. It's the truth. Flo called me to be like, hey, that guy left after you, and I was too busy to look at my phone. I was too busy looking at the man chasing me down the street. It was raining. Also, I feel like that's worth noting. I don't know. I was just like, I was a little scared. I didn't have any self-defense weapons on me except for just like my cunty personality. So I just had to like shame my way into safety. You know, I was like, what the fuck do you think this is? The Notebook? Not cool. Not cool. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, that bar was just really scary. I'll tell you one thing scarier than Guar Bar. A grown man fully sprinting at you at 1 a.m. in the rain in Jackson Ward. I was like, oh, but those Halloween masks, you know, what do they not have? Spirit Halloween in Australia? Thank you, Flo. The other day, AAA lost my car. I don't have a punchline. That's just a thing that happened to me. I'm normal. I want everyone else to be normal. Any polyamorous people here? Oh my God, I feel really safe in this room, truly. I'm so scared of poly people. It's like I'm not poly, I'm just like a good old-fashioned slut. You know? It's like poly people, they're always trying to put too many words in it. You know, you could never see me, like, I'll never be the type of poly that has a Hinge bio that's like, poly and partnered, ethically non-monogamous, dating separately, non-hierarchical, non-denominational. You know, I'm just like the type of poly where like I'll have sex with a man so that he can stretch me out so I can use a strap-on with a girl. Yeah, thank you for the one person that said nice. It is nice. You have to dilate. I'm normal. I had been texting this one guy that I met at Kroger. Willow Lawn, not Lombardi. I'm not a whore. But it was really weird. He was like, oh, me or Drag Race. I was like, are you asking if I like you more than RuPaul's Drag Race? All I know is that you're a very tall, very beautiful man. Just like RuPaul. That's cool. I don't know. It's not the first time a man has tried to compare himself to one of my favorite TV shows. Another time, this guy was like fully inside me, and he said, "Am I better than Community?" I was like, first of all, the show you made me turn off was 30 Rock. More importantly, no. Okay, I love those shows. The other day, my friend did something that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. We were out at a straight bar. Boo. And they were playing like some kind of ass-shaking song. She's drunk as shit, and she tells this guy near her, she's like, I might have to lean on you. So me and I'm assuming also the guy are both thinking that she's about to like throw it back on him. You know, she's gonna lean on him. But then instead she leans her hands on him to stabilize her to throw it back on me. I was like, you're my hero. Like, it's just so inspiring to know that, like, no matter how successful I think I am, I could always be meaner to men. Am I done, Flo? Should I leave?
You got one more?
I'll tell one more. Any Lord fans here?
Like Jesus or
No. No. What am I, gay? Talking about Lord with an E. I don't know. I've become really upset when I thought we were all Lord stans. I thought everyone in the world, I thought we were all listening to Lord. And then I found out that most people can only name royals. And so I have decided to become like a Jehovah's Witness, but I'm spreading the good word of our Lord and Savior, Lord. I'm a melodrama's witness. I was like, let me riff on this joke, see if it can land anywhere. And then I was like, maybe that's not the best thing to say when I have 30 seconds left. Okay. Thank you. I like to smoke weed before I do stand-up, so then I accidentally say everything out loud. Like, even right now, it's like, Grace, you're done. Stop talking now. You're done. Okay, bye, guys. I'm done.
Give it over to Grace Moyer. She attracts Australian 40-year-old men. That's the part she left out. Dude straight was like, I'm 40.
No, he showed me his ID, and I did the math. I was like, 40?
Yeah. And it's like, never chase after people in bars, but especially not when you're 40. Fun fact about Grace's set, when she asked if there was any poly people in here, there were several other people asking that same question around Richmond, and we got the lowest response throughout Richmond. Just want to let you all know that. Be proud or ashamed, I don't know. That's up to you. Your next comic is very proud to be here and very shameful to be here. I don't know if is that the proper connotation? I don't know. I'm saying, I'm not an etymologist. I wish I was an etymologist. Listen, if I could go back and do everything differently, I'd be an etymologist. And your next comic hates etymology. Please put your hands together for Brandon Beswick, everybody.
Thank you. My father was a lepidopterist, so etymology's right up my alley. That's a joke. That's an etymology joke. All right. This is going to be on YouTube, Silver, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Death to the IDF. Death to the IDF. Free Palestine. Butler, Pennsylvania was a setup. Cracker. Dodi Lafayette killed Princess Diana. Oh, God! All right. I killed John Benet Ramsey. I was 5 years old. I traveled from Midlothian, Virginia to Colorado. I knew her father through government contracts. I fed her pineapple. I beat her brother to death. Burke did it though, right guys? Are we on that page? All right. Fuck. Good start. I'm Brandon Beswick. You may know me from being Ace Ventura, but 5 times larger. That's how I'm dressed tonight. Okay. Smoking crack, because that's how I get through life, baby. I'm a father. That's right. All right. I'm a stay-at-home dad. It's pretty... Oh, okay. I'm sorry, what are you guys doing to upend the patriarchy? Jerks, all right. I've got children, 2 children, 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they make me do stuff all day long, and I fucking love it. But I will say, they have kind of a Stanley Kubrick energy to them, where they're like, do it again. Do it again. Again, Dad. Take 56, Father. I'm like, all right. It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news on a newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. And some people say is even hot. Okay, all right. It's weird. It's weird being. If I could time travel to like 10 years ago, to living on North Side and paying $300 a month in rent, and shake myself out of a coke nap during the middle of the day and say, you're gonna be a stay-at-home dad, I would be like, I don't owe you any money. Get out of my house. How did you get in here? Did you know that, so raising children, right? You know that children need to hear a positive affirmation 100 times a day in order to like help their internal voice? 100 fucking times a day. It's intense, and I am trying my best to hit that. But it's been a weird thing because my oldest son's name is Brandon, and I've accidentally done therapy on myself because 100 times a day I'm like, Brandon, I'm proud of you. Brandon, you're doing a great job today. Brandon, you can have candy if you want it. It feels good. I'm doing God's work. It's very exciting for me. But there's like a lot of weird drawbacks. I'm 100% honest with my children. So there's moments, and I share very fairly with them. Like, I grew up the kind of person that when we drove in the car, my parents would be like, you can choose the songs when you're driving. And I don't believe in that. And the first few years of that sucked, okay? Because I don't know if you guys have heard the song about the sun, Mr. Golden Sun, but he doesn't want to come out to play, and these little children are sad, and they want him to... Anyway, I heard that song about 1,000 fucking times. But we've transitioned into some cool shit. He listens to Iron Man now by Black Sabbath, which is really fucking cool. But again, I love Iron Man. It's a solid song, 6.5 minutes. I love it. When you hear it 8 times before 12 a.m., boy, does it get at you a little bit. But there's weird moments, right? Like my children have to brush their teeth. And I tell them they have to brush their teeth, but there's a part of me that understands the lie that I'm telling because all of those teeth are coming out. Do you understand? So like, I know they could just kind of fuck off with that until they're like 11 or whatever, and then we gotta lock it down. But it feels like that's harder to parent. So I'm just going with that. All right, sorry, I'm doing a lot of new material, so please forgive me.
I love it.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna die soon, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna buy a gun, all right. I feel like doing like drugs for fun is such a boomer fucking thing, man. The idea of being like, I like to do coke and go dancing feels like such a, like I think my mom would say. Mom would be like, I took a bunch of Quaaludes and left my car on a bridge. Like that's the kind of shit they did for fun. I've been smoking weed since 9/11 just to fucking coke. Do you understand? Like Cale, when you said doing coke and understanding, nothing resonates more with me. I was a 19-year-old in Montana going to fucking college when I did a line of quote-unquote coke, and it kept me up till 4 in the morning. And it took me forever to realize that was meth. I didn't do any coke, that was fucking meth. But in those hours, I was more aware about my GPA, how I needed to lock it down, what my schedule was gonna be like for the next semester, all this stuff, and I was like, oh no, I think I've got ADHD. Also, play that Grateful Dead DVD again, man. All right. Okay, let me think. The bully would just listen. You guys know Big Bird from Sesame Street, correct? That's tepid. I feel like we know who Big Bird is. Okay, good. All right. I've gotten more and more concerned about Big Bird as I've learned the lore of what Big Bird is. Big Bird is a 4-year-old, right? That's the arc of Big Bird, and that is in like human years. Like Big Bird's gonna keep growing until he's essentially 22 years old, okay? So that means that Big Bird will be 2 to 3 times larger than he currently is. Whoa, that's kind of scary. He lives in New York City. That's probably dangerous. You're thinking, I was. Especially because I got on TikTok and got on like evolutionary biology TikTok, where they started talking about eye placements for predators versus prey animals. And they're like, predator animals have eyes on the front of their head, normally so they can have bifocal vision. They can see from great distances. That way they can see and dive bomb on predator. And all I can think is, that's fucking Big Bird. Big Bird's got 2 giant forward-facing eyes. I don't know. I'm just saying, have you been on Big Bird's Rumble? He's saying a lot of stuff about illegal immigrants. And I'm just worried if he has the power to pick them up in the middle of Manhattan, we're all in trouble. Okay, hi, I'm Brandon. Abolish ICE. Remember when everyone said to do that like 6 years ago and they were like, you leftists! You leftists!
You dogs, you're gonna cost us the election! Oops. All right, hi, I'm Brandon Beswick. Kill Netanyahu.
Brandon Beswick, everybody! We're gonna keep the show rolling right along. Your next comic, one of the producers of show next Thursday at Basic City. Please put your hands together for Bonnie Cardwell.
What's up, motherfuckers? Hey, Cale. I really like your shirt.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys saw Cale's shirt, but it said Dare, and then underneath it said, but ironically. And it took me back down memory lane of the last time I wore a Dare t-shirt was the first time I ate acid. Nice. I wanted to prove the system worked, you know? Alright, what else did I put on here? There's been a lot of talk about parallel parking tonight, and it really made me remember when I felt like the most badass in my life was when I could parallel park my 91 Cadillac DeVille with my 55-pound pit bull sitting in the side, and I could do that shit in 2 maneuvers. And now I have a backup camera and outside parked on top of the sidewalk. We're making strides. Louie was talking about awkward moments with homeless people. And I was remembering being back in New York. I was going to an open mic and I was walking back from the subway and this homeless man looked me up and down and just was like, a little scary, but you love to like her. I thought that was the greatest compliment ever. A man thought I was scary. Fuck you guys, I'm scary. God damn. Oh, but that same trip, I was also crossing the street and as I was walking by an unhoused woman, she burped as I yawned. And it went into my mouth, and now she lives inside of me. Let's give it up for Mike Engle's vasectomy, everybody. I super support that. I fucking hate kids. I have absolutely zero maternal instinct, which was confirmed last night when I was standing in my kitchen around 11:30 at night, and I heard a noise that sent me jumping onto a stool. There was a baby outside my front door. I fucking know! It was 11 o'clock at night. I hear, and I just fucking lost it. And then I just hear a knock and open the door, and there was a 1.5-year-old just like, sup, bitch? Where's the party? So I am clearly very much terrified of children. I know a year and a half ago there was that huge debate online. Would you rather run into a man or a bear in the woods? The obvious answer was always the man. But I think people forgot that the more not obvious answer was a fucking child. There is nothing, and absolutely nothing, more terrifying than being alone in the woods and hearing the sound of laughter from a child after you've already drowned them. Oh, side note, can you still be a MILF if you've murdered a child? Yes. Your child? Just any child. I mean, it's population control, right? No, I do. There are a couple kids in my life that I love. I have a little niece and a nephew, and I was hanging out with them earlier. And my niece, she's gotten really into blowing raspberries. So she's going up to my brother now, and she'll lift her shirt and just go, spit on it. Who knew she took after her auntie, am I right? I'm so proud of her, because that girl has a career ahead of her. Hey Flo, how much time do I have?
Minute and a half.
Okay, let's do this. Alright, so I'm a veterinary assistant. And I love that job. It's taught me a lot of really valuable lessons. Like being able to take my own animal's vitals is great, or just knowing that if I need a little attention, I could just bite somebody. That shit works every time. But with all that in mind, I've also just become increasingly concerned about my elderly cat. You see, I'm pretty sure he's come down with communism. There have been red flags everywhere. For instance, I came home earlier this week and he was hanging a portrait of Kim Jong-un. I know. If that's not bad enough, that same night I walked in and he was reading from the Book of Meow. Now, I also really, I love all animals, right? So I have a fish. His name's Finn, is short for fentanyl. You gotta name him after what you love, right? But one of my favorite things now is I live in a studio apartment, so my front door is right there. And I know my neighbors have just heard me just being like, oh my God, I love fentanyl. That's all I have. Let's get Flo back up here.
Keep it going for Bonnie Cardwell, everybody! Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. What did I write down in my notes? Is Casey Anthony a MILF? I'm asking for a friend. Funny enough, your next comic actually has a 17-episode podcast answering that very question. Is Casey Anthony a MILF? Please put your hands together for James Copeland. We love this show. Let's get loose, right? We're having a good time, right? Woo! Great. Okay. All right. Enough of us are having a good time. We get to keep going. Your next comic, king of having a good time. He's the ambassador of having a good time. Please put your hands together for Sam Nelson.
When James was like, NPR just lost all of its funding, so I can't keep doing that, I thought he meant like NPR was pushing some pro-pegging agenda I didn't know about. And I was like, that's so funny. And then I realized his wife, I think, might have lost her job. Way less funny, guys. I don't know, pegging, not that emasculating, especially if you just stand in the mirror and flex the whole time. That shit's awesome. Yeah, you ever worked at your prostate, pal? Gross. Let's see. I was chasing a woman outside a bar. We'll work on that. Let's see, man. They should make Hate Island and everybody is fucking busted and they wrestle. Let's see. Okay, cool, nice, awesome. I've been looking into investing in stocks. I've already made millions in broth. Awesome. Oh man, I got a hair dryer recently, and it has thank you. It has a little tag on it, and it says warn children of death by shock. So I've been doing my part, but the nannies at the playground are not very safety conscious. I'm terrifying children. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Did you guys used to crush up and smoke Smarties when you were in like middle school? Well, I did. Pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie, pretty great time, but man, Fent hit 7th grade like a truck. Yeah, test your stuff, everybody. I've begun my weight loss journey. I lost 10 pounds. My secret, sperm bank. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, you wanted to root for me? Oh, you wanted to feel seen? It's come all the way down. Or so I thought. Found out recently that I'm infertile. Thank you. All blanks. I was having vigorous yet romantic intercourse with Rain Man, and I pulled out and I finished on his chest, and well, he looked down and he said 1.35 million, which is actually quite low. So that's how I found out I'm infertile. My friend, said he's a cinephile. I'm like, yeah. Who wants to fuck the apple from Apple Jacks? Awesome. How about Black Girl Magic, everybody? Can we please make some noise for Black Girl Magic? Thank you. I'm taking note of who's not. Samantha Lukasiewicz? oh, and now you put the phone down. Okay. All right. Yeah, I say your name, and then there's a problem. Okay. I think it's incredible. Last couple years, right? Blew up. It was appreciating all the things that black women are uniquely capable of, and that they support from kind of behind the scenes. You know, they don't get the recognition that they deserve. Black Girl Magic. It's fantastic. But I have to say, I'm tired of the double standards. Because if Jewish people were to even think about controlling the weather, everybody loses their minds. Thank you, Flo. So Flo actually laughed at that, which is good. So the rest of you are actually entitled to like this bit. No, I think it's ridiculous. We celebrate Black Girl Magic, but then we bash Jewish people for this. And it's even in media too, right? I mean, you guys are familiar with X-Men. Even in X-Men, right? There is one Jewish character, okay? And not only do they make him evil, they make him kill a guy with a coin in the biggest movie. It's a little on the nose, I don't know. No, and who actually, in the X-Men, gets to control the weather? Storm. A little bit of Black Girl Magic. Well, everybody, I don't know, we really had something going at first. Man, sometimes, okay, do you guys think is it too anti-Semitic or not enough? What do you, fuck. Man, all I have left was, Cale, you were saying that Google, your phone won't record sex tapes for you? I'm really sorry, mine sucks me off. Thanks everybody, I'm Sam Nelson.
You go over Sam Nelson, everybody! Man, we love learning cultural lessons from X-Men. That's what 90s cartoons are for. We miss 90s cartoons, don't we, folks? Yeah! Cool. We're getting towards the end of the show, but we got a bunch of hilarious people still coming your way. This next comic produces and hosts her own show at Gold Lion Cafe in Manchester, and an open mic is coming up that you're also hosting, correct? Perfect. Next one's next Tuesday. Be sure to be there or be square or some other shape. Please put your hands together for Samantha Lukasiewicz, everybody.
Give it up for Sam Nelson. I love when cis white men talk about things that are not their own experience. You know what I mean?
It's called empathy.
Shut the fuck up. Gosh, I wrote down all of the male comics who are into pegging. I don't know if you would like me to read that. Sure. Cale Moore, Jack Parker, James Copeland, and Sam Nelson. So, you're welcome, YouTube. I do really appreciate that Brandon was like saying those things about, whatever he was saying, you can watch the tape back. But I was like, this motherfucker doesn't have a job he could lose. He's a stay-at-home dad. You know what I mean? I would say a whole bunch of outrageous things that I believe in too, but I could lose my job and, well, one person income. So my cat's gotta eat. Grace and Flo, you guys were talking about this person that was chasing you, and I really, that is crazy, right? But you're like, and they were 40 years old. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's crazy. 40? Just disgusting. I'll be 39 this year. Whatever. And then I was like, you know, I shouldn't entertain this question in my head, but like you get those thoughts where it's like, was he hot?
A little.
Yeah. I would let a 40-year-old hot Australian man. I studied abroad in Australia, like, oh my God, like sexy as hell, right? And he seemed nice. He was, whatever. Anyway, I just got Snapchat for the first time in 38 years. Does anyone have Snapchat in here? The young people, okay. There's like 15 other ways that I can communicate with people. I don't know why I got Snapchat. I know why I got Snapchat. Why do you think I got Snapchat? Dick pics? Okay, great. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. They have this thing called a Snap score, I learned. And Patrick Logan, you're not here, but your Snap score is 30,000. And I'm like, that's a lot of dick pics. That's almost too many dick pics. My Snap score is 1. It is currently 1. And I have received 1 dick pic, and it was terrible. It was grainy and off-putting, and it was in the pants. And so I was like, no, that's not what I asked for. So I told him, like, send another. And he says, I'm married. Sorry. I was like, what the fuck, man? So I sent him my Venmo. He's wasted my fucking time. And then he blocked me. So I took a screenshot and sent it to his wife. That's what you guys would do, right? Hell yeah, girls support girls. That's not really a joke, that's just what I did. I don't think I'm a nice person, to be honest. Who's been personally victimized by being here? Do not ask questions you do not want the answer to. I was sitting on my porch, and I live in the East End, and I usually am very kind to people, but I've learned my lesson because a pedophile one time like came up to my porch and was trying to talk to me. That's a whole different story, but I don't talk to people anymore in my neighborhood. And there's a whole bunch of people walking around with like clipboards in my neighborhood. I don't know what they do. And you know why I don't know what they do? Because I don't let them talk to me. They could be like, and that's a problem, because they could be like, Sam, we're selling no more sucking dick. You don't have to suck dick the rest of your life, Sam. If you do this one thing, men will like you because you're funny. But I don't give them the opportunity to tell me. They're walking up, and I'm like, no thank you. No thank you. It's very annoying. Even saying it out loud, I'm like very annoyed with myself. And they're like, but, and I'm like, no thank you. No thank you. And they're like, but, and this one guy, one time, he like started laughing at me, and he's like, I can't even get a glass of water, and I was like, no thank you! And then I wonder, like, why in the past 2 years my car has had my windows smashed 5 times. And nothing's ever been stolen. And it's parked on my lawn, like right next to my door. 5 times, guys. Insurance does not cover your glass. I don't know if you guys knew this. Anyway, anybody use Google Incognito?
Woo! Yeah.
Okay, that sucks for you because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, this false sense of security that you're giving yourselves, it does not exist. Google got like sued, right? Because they have a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I don't think it works like this. I use Google Incognito, but my dad pays my cell phone bill. I'm 38, but I'm 39 this year. He still pays my cell phone bill because I'm a piece of shit. And I'm waiting for the phone call where he's like, Sam, what is X videos? And why do you keep on Googling breeding? Anyway, that's my time. Thank you.
Samantha Lukasiewicz, everybody! She's interested in getting farm animals to breed, to have a more productive farm. That's what I got from that. I just want to clarify, I have nothing wrong with 40-year-olds. God forbid I make it to that age, but you shouldn't be chasing women out of bars when you're 40. that's something you do when you're 21. Literally only when you're 21, and then a strong woman like Grace shames you out of it, and then you should be done. So doing it at 40 is crazy. And he wasn't hot. He didn't even have a hot Australian accent. My Australian accent is hotter than his. From Perth, Australia. Throwing some prawns on the barbie. It was sexier than his. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Your next comic has a very sexy Australian accent. Actually, it's more of a New Zealand accent. They're very conscious about their vowel choices. Please, put your hands together for Blake Carlson!
Hi guys, how you doing? I just kind of have to start by centering myself. I have a little trick I do to feel comfortable on stage. What I like to do is I like to imagine myself as a northern soldier in the Civil War who has mistakenly wandered far, far from the battlefield. He's miles from civilization and only minutes from death. And in the emptiness of the plains, he spots an oasis, hallucinates a crowd, and they all look ready to laugh. Hey, how you guys doing? I had a friend pass away a couple years ago. Well, I didn't have him do it, it just happened, but... And he was a big fan of Dairy Queen, so me and a couple of my buddies after the memorial, we went to go get a Blizzard and pour one out for him, but... Felt like he died twice that day. When I was in high school, I was very conscious. I grew up religious. My parents are Christian. I was conscious of the way they kind of saw me. I did theater, and I just didn't know. I was, I guess, afraid of being seen a certain way. And I get called up by my neighbor one day, and she wants me to come over and watch a chick flick. And I said, no, I don't want my parents to think I'm gay. And a couple hours later, my mom, she sits me down and she's like, Blake, Morgan told me what you said, and I just want to let you know, if you're okay, if you're gay, that is totally okay with us. Like we love you no matter who you are. And I was like, Mom, I know, I just didn't want to watch 27 Dresses again. It's hacky. I was up in DC a couple weeks ago protesting the Vietnam War. I'm still not over it. My girlfriend, let's see, which girlfriend material should I do today? She's in the back, so everyone point and laugh. We got cats a couple months ago, 2 little kittens, 2 little girls, and I love them. I give them a lot of, I pet them a lot, but I don't play with them as much as I should. So she's like, you gotta, kind of put more of an effort into playing with our cats. And I found the perfect time to do it, actually. Whenever I poop, I pull down my sweatpants and we play tug of war with my drawstring. It's what my dad did with me, so I'm just putting forth that same effort. But I come home on Monday, and people talked about Love Island, but I think another show, anyone watch Queer Ultimatum? At all? Yeah? Well, first of all, so my girlfriend, she was watching the women Queer Ultimatum. Is there a male Queer Ultimatum as well?
No, but there's a straight one.
Justice for the gay men. Hey. I don't know, that was my Sam Nelson impression. But I found that lesbians really know how to break up with each other. They're really fucking good at it. Because I walk in, and the first thing I hear on the TV is, should we embark on separate paths? Like a question, I don't know, it's just so nice. Let's see. I got paid to go to church as a kid. Anybody else? Not even by my parents, by the church. Yeah. When I was 10, my friend comes up to me and he's like, hey, you want to go to my church? And I was already going to my parents' church, so I was like, no. But then he was like, they'll pay you. And I said, okay. So we went. And we go up to this like 70-year-old woman, and he's like, "Where's my dollar?" And so I found out that she had paid him to go recruit me to come to this church. Which is kind of cool, I guess. Like, how many children's ministries have a referral bonus? I don't know, I got one gold dollar, and then I came back the next week, got another gold dollar, and then I came the third week and didn't get anything, and then I stopped going to that church, so. Is Erin here still?
No.
Shit. Okay. That proves me right, I guess. She mentioned therapy, and anyone else here go to therapy? Any other therapy goers?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Damn right that's it. Because therapy, I'll tell you what therapy is, okay? Therapy is just dry humping your problems, alright? I mean, just think about it. Just think about it the way I think about it, okay? Just like, what's my purpose? Am I good enough? Why can't I stop drinking? It's like, if I wanted to jack off, I would have just stayed in the J. Crew fitting room, okay? All right, my name's oh man.
Keep it going for that strange man, everybody! I don't remember what his name is! Your next comic, well, I wanted to, Blake was like, oh, I got a gold dollar. I'm like, idiot. Dollars are green. Dummy, they're giving you fake money. Just like the church would. Sorry, that's my ethnic Jew is coming out. Anyway, your next comic is not ethnically Jewish, but he still practices every day. He's out in the yard practicing Judaism every day. Please put your hands together for Bryan Fountain.
Having a rough go of it. Recently discovered that I'm a bad person. Not like a bad person, but like a war criminal. I was doing some historical research on Joseph Mengele. He used to do these terrible experiments on his prisoners in these prison camps, including forced insemination and forced pregnancies on these prisoners, and I'm ashamed to admit I've been doing a similar experiment with my socks. Well, sock puppets. I'll say my victims' names. Sarah Silverman, Fran Drescher, and of course Don Rickles. Don Rickles, my favorite. He's the king of mean. He's always negging me into having sex with him. Bryan, let me ask you something. Are you black or are you Filipino? Oh, pick a side. Why don't you pick a side? Huh? You know what I like about you, Bryan? I like your little man titties. Let me get a little pinch of it. Yeah. So I jizz in those socks. I am half black, but I don't agree with the original idea for reparations, which was the 40 acres and a mule, right? My problem with it is
there's a good side to it, and there's also a bad side. The good side, obviously, black generational wealth, right? And then the bad side would be the new sport of donkey fighting. Because they get the mule. Fight it. You guys ever do that thing where you turn on, you use your old roommate's HBO Max to turn on Matilda from 1996 and watch that, and you're watching Matilda, and like first 5 minutes you start crying uncontrollably. So you turn it off, and then you put on like something manly, like Rocky or something. Yeah, me neither. I love Matilda. I relate so much to the story of Matilda. My childhood, I was brilliant, and my parents were dicks about it. You know, picture me, I'm like a little kid, I'm in the back listening to my Walkman, and I'm autistic, what are you gonna do? I'm singing along to my Walkman in the car. Oh, when you walk out every night, talking sweet and looking fine, I get kinda hectic inside. And then my stepdad punches me in the face. I'm Matilda. This is exactly what happened to Matilda. I'm not on dating apps. We got into dating apps a few times tonight. I'm actually banned from Tinder. What did you do, Brian? Okay. In my bio, I said, not actually 27, I'm actually 15. As a freshman in high school, I'm strictly only looking for hookups. So they banned me. Not the only app I'm banned from, I'm also banned from Uber. I would do this thing where, every driver, I guess they talk, I guess they have like a network. Every driver would pick me up and I'd sit in the front seat, make eye contact. Do you want Roadhead? Thank you. I'm Brian. When I get out of here, let's bring the flow back up. Thank you.
Give it up for Bryan Fountain, everybody. They always say end your sets with a bit about Roadhead. Just to leave them with something, We've got, is Calvin still here? Calvin? No, Calvin is not still here. Unfortunately, lost him to the flash floods that have been happening daily. Okay. I thought flash floods were funny. People don't like assonance? Or is that, what's the other? Alliteration. Alliteration? Which one is it? Alliteration. It's alliteration? How about you alliterate these nuts? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Neither does anyone else. Guess who else doesn't know what I'm doing? Your next comic. Who's a pleasure to see her out here. It's been a while since she's hit my mic, so it's always good to see her. Please put your hands together for Leeth, everybody.
Oh my gosh, You guys are obsessed. Clapping when my name is called? That's so weird. No. I've been having like one of those days, so I needed that. That wasn't for you, that was for me. I needed that. Also, like I cut my bangs the other day while I was drunk. And I was like, these look so good, and then I realized that they don't look that great, so I needed that, you know what I mean? On my way here, I was having one of those days where I didn't feel funny. You guys feel that way ever? I mean, it's really rare for me to not feel funny, but today I specifically didn't feel funny. And the bangs, everything. And I'm kind of intimidating, naturally, as a person, I've been told, but really, if you get to know me, whatever, it doesn't matter. And the 4-year-old I live with came up to me with her fist closed and was like, you need this. And I was like, oh my God, wait, what happened? I didn't do that.
Unplug?
Whoa.
Is it the cord in the mic?
There we go. See, Flo should have told me that before I got up here.
It's my fault.
That's so on me. Okay, anyways, the 4-year-old, came up to me with fist closed, and she was like, you need this. This is just tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, who told her about condoms? It's really, we're gonna have to have a talk. And then she put like $2 worth of coins in my hands. Which, that's even worse, you know what I mean? Because, that's $2 more than what I had, so how did she know that? So then I told her, I was like, next time, just give me the condom, and then we had to talk about that, and then, because if she knows about financial instability, then the other one's coming right around the corner. Okay. One of them I'm like kind of secretive about, the other one, just fucking let it fly. Anyways, let's go, let's switch gears. What's the similarity between 4-year-olds and 45-year-old men, besides Jeffrey Epstein? Do we know? Sticky? That's actually good. No, they don't listen, they love violence, and butt crack be out. What is up with that? Anybody? No, really? What's up with that? Anybody over 45 in here? Woo! Why? What do you do? Do you wear a belt?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. Let's see. I went to the beach recently. Yes, I know there's like crazy stuff happening, but I did go to the beach because I'm selfish. And most people, when they go to the beach, they come back and they're like tan and they're refreshed and they feel good. I came back from the beach. I was tan. Look at me. But I was bruised and broken, and I'm gonna tell you why. Have you guys heard of the game like Dead or Alive? It's like 500 Dead or Alive. You like throw a football? You guys never had a childhood? That's fucking weird. What do you mean? Okay, so let me tell you about the game. The game is like you have a football and you're like, Dead or Alive, catch this ball, and you like say a number, right? That's the game, okay. It's a kid game. Somebody said what? We still don't. 500. Yeah. See, Brian knows. If Brian knows, you all should know. So, anyways, it's a game. It's a kid game. It's made for kids because, they can fucking get back up. You know what I mean? Like you knock them down, they're fine. They're gonna be okay. I was playing with lesbians, and you should never play games with lesbians, especially when it comes to money. You know what? I didn't work on this show before I got here, and now that I'm hearing what I'm saying a lot, I'm like, where am I going with this? Because that's not the punchline. What am I saying? Anyways, scratch that. I was playing this game, Dead or Alive, and you throw the ball for money. And I was playing with adults. There was some lesbians there. There also was gay men, all right? Okay. We're playing. Thank you. We're playing this game. Stephanie, I know that was recognized. And I'm like, I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna join in. Maybe my dad's watching. Maybe I'm a fuck up. Maybe I dropped out of college 1 year before, finishing. Maybe I quit my tech job and I'm a server now. Maybe, this is not personal. This is from somebody else. So I get in and it's like 100 Dead or Alive. And I'm like, you know what, it's not a lot of money, but every penny counts. So I'm gonna get this ball. I go up for one play. The ball's coming straight for me. I'm like, this is my chance to show my dad, that he taught me a lot. Every penny counts, I'm gonna get it. And I go up and I get fucking knocked out by a lesbian, I'm gonna say that. But it did, there's a punchline here, you guys. It did teach me one thing. I understand why my sister is dating this butch lesbian, because what she did with her head, you guys, that head did some work. My knee was fucked up. Damn it, okay, you know what, I wanna work on that one, don't worry. Don't worry, okay, let's see what else. A couple weeks ago, I went out with a friend and I saw this guy and he was beautiful. Long hair, mustache, he's a tattoo artist. I'm like, okay, what's up? What's your deal? His deal was Magic the Gathering, okay? And he was like, let me tell you everything about the game. And I'm like, okay, but explain it to me like I'm 4, right? And he's like, got it. So he starts going over the basics, right? Blah, 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 I can't remember. And I'm like, let me stop you right there. What? And he's like, well, I'm not gonna tell you everything unless you suck my dick. And I'm like, whoa, you talk to a 4-year-old like that? I gave him my number. I did. Yeah, I'm just gonna, oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna end there, sorry, Flo.
Keep it going for Leeth, everybody. Those Magic the Gathering players, they always want head. That's the one thing I know about Magic the Gathering, is the people who play it always want head. And your next comic never wants head. Turns it down every single time. Please, put your hands together for Stephanie Moyer.
That's right. I'm pathetic. All right, hi everyone. Thanks for staying. Leeth, the only Dead or Alive game I played was with my stepmoms. The score so far is 2 dead, 1 alive. Does anyone remember when Louie said that toddlers may come, or he wants cum to come from toddlers? I think they're the only ones that don't make cum, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Or, you know what, don't. There's a lot of ice hate I was hearing. You know, it's very European take, Will. Lots of anti-ice. You know, it's hot. I want my drink cold. That's the only pro-ice I am, okay. I'm really glad everyone's so open about all their mental health struggles. I see it every day. Those people who look both ways and then still walk across the street in front of me. I know they want to kill themselves. I wish I could help them. I would love to be Dr. Kevorkian. Does anyone know who Dr. Kevorkian is? Yeah. But Kevorkian! All right, yep, nope, let's not explain it. Great. Anyway, I want to hit those people. I want to kill them. If you are those people, let me kill you. Isn't it funny on dating apps when people say that they're figuring out their dating goals? Isn't that the point of dating? Serious question, please, someone. You guys don't know either, all right. We are fucked as a society. I saw a gentleman that said he probably wasn't a gentleman, he was probably a terrible person, but I saw on his profile, he put that he liked dogs and sports. But the "and" was spelled I-N-D, so I don't know if he meant dogs and sports or dogs in sports. Dogs in sports would be, shout it out, dog fighting. Yeah! Maybe that's his way of saying he runs a dog fighting ring. Or dogs and sports would be cruffing. Has anyone heard of cruffing? Okay, yeah, it's when people make up dances, full choreography dances with their dogs and then perform it and like win money. So 2 very extreme things for sports. Great. I'm going to tell you guys about a time I got rejected, because that's kind of what it feels like right now. So hopefully everyone in here has been rejected at least once.
Hell yeah.
I was getting rejected once, and it wasn't the rejection so much that was the messy part of it. It was the rest of the story. So literally as this man is rejecting me, I feel my period start. And not like start still inside, but like start to come out. So in those moments, you know, you can't be like, hey, thank you so much for the rejection. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and take care of this, because then they're gonna think that you're upset about it when you're not. You're like, great. So the other thing that I normally would have done when I like would really center men in my life is no, I wouldn't center men in my life. Let me say that again. The other thing I would have done is I would have said, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. It's not the rejection, I just started my period. But you know, men don't usually like when you say that. So maybe I was centering men at the time, who knows. So I decided to just sit there and hope he would go away. So I wouldn't have to explain myself. He wasn't. So what I like to do to make people go away is just start quoting STD statistics. Because like everyone loves to talk about sex, but no one wants to hear about that part of it. And that's my favorite part to talk about. Because I hate head, right, Flo? Right. So I started talking about, you know, there's a super strain of gonorrhea that they were researching in Florida that RFJK decided to shut down the lab, so now there's no more research being done on it. There's no known cure. So anyway, I just started talking about that, and then he left. And then I went to the bathroom and I realized I had ruined a $7 pair of underwear. And so I have decided to never center men again in my life. So I think next time I'm just gonna take the underwear off in front of him and just smear it on his face. I don't know how to end that joke. I'm a white lady. We know that. You know, I'm cool with like changing with the times and like being sensitive and empathetic to people around me for the most part. Like I've really learned just to keep a lot of thoughts to myself. But one thing that's a really big bummer is like, we used to be like, ay caramba! And now, as like a white person, I gotta be like, zoinks. Like, I gotta watch Scooby-Doo for my, exclamation points. Was it Brandon that was up here talking about how kids need 100 affirmations?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, right? We were all fine, right? I'm pretty sure combined all of us got 100 in our entire lifetime, so. Yeah. Oh, okay, I don't have anything else. Wait, okay, bye. Get Flo up here.
We go for Stephanie Moyer, everybody. Co-producer of the Doorknob Comedy Show next Thursday, Beswick City. It's going to be a good time. We have one final comic. And it's great to see him coming back out to mics again. He's very, very funny. Please, put your hands together for Theo.
Alright, how's everyone doing? If you can hear me. Sorry, I didn't pick up the mic. Comedy 101, pick up the mic first. Fucked it up. Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of owning and operating your own air fryer. I think everyone should have one, should operate it, know how to use it. Okay, but I've realized with the air fryer, besides the crispy tenders and the shorter cooking times, there's another reason why I like it. And this is gonna sound pretty lazy. In fact, this might be the definition of laziness. But I like air fryers because, unlike ovens, I don't have to bend over to cook. I'm not proud of it, but I realize it. It's true, and I've learned to accept it. I mean, if your microwave was as low as your oven, you wouldn't use it. You'd probably just like make a salad or something. It's true. And I'm just using this as an example, okay? Just an example. But if you go back to the fairy tale of Hansel and Gretel, those ovens are probably just the perfect height. All right, we got one Hansel and Gretel fan out there. And this is going to sound controversial, but you know, ladies, when you're out with your man, don't order more food than your man.
Now, I know it's 2025, and that's sexist. So to be fair, let me say this. Ladies, when you're out your stud, don't order more food than your stud. It's not ladylike. I learned an interesting fact the other day, which is that supper and dinner are separate things. Supper is actually a light meal, typically after dinner. Strange, isn't it? So I thought, just, learn something new every day. Then I realized, let me get this straight. You tell me this whole time I've been missing out on a meal? It's kind of like finding out there's another day in the week. Oh, wait, hump day is separate. I've been working on that day. I had to tell my family, look, forget about lost time. I got to make up for lost supper. A buddy of mine has been recommending a show called Summer House. Summer House is a show where privileged teens get together and they talk about their trials and tribulations and first world problems. And I was like, look, I don't want to hear that shit here. I've got an idea for a show, Crack House. Or Trap House. And my favorite, Dilapidated House. Now being produced in Churchill. I keep hearing from everyone, you're so lucky you're tall. There's a lot of downsides to being tall. Being tall is like driving an SUV. You gotta worry about rollovers. Seems like every week I hit a corner too tight and bust my ass on the floor. Your fuel efficiency sucks. Folks after this say, I'm gonna have to get a Big Mac to stay alive. And you gotta worry about pedestrians. I can't tell the people I've crushed and killed. Sorry, my victims out there. All right, so I'm going to end on a nice home ownership joke that everyone can relate to. We got one homeowner over there. No, I recently got a letter from the home insurance saying, with pictures of my house, saying with a list of things I need to repair, otherwise they're going to cancel my insurance. And I was pissed off. Then I was relieved. I was relieved because I was wondering what would happen if my health insurance did the same thing. And if they sent me a letter with photos of me with the double cheeseburger in my mouth, told me, oh, you need to ease back, or we're going to have to end this relationship we have here with you, where you give me money and we do very little for you. And, what relieved me there was, I was like, I'll just comply, because I'm not going to let anybody get in the way between me and my supper. All right, that's it.
Keep it going for Theo, everybody. Keep it going for yourselves. We are here every other Wednesday. Thanks for being here. This has been Let's Get Loose. Have a good night.